I love trains. With that said, we just got off the train here in Virginia. I'm gonna go check into my Airbnb for the night, and then in the morning we're gonna go explore everything that this beautiful town has to offer.
What's up guys, this summer I'm going to every state in America. We just made it here to Virginia. In this video, we'll see all that the beautiful town of Alexandria has to offer. We'll try some delicious foods, visit the thinnest house in America, and when we're done, we'll hop on a water taxi and take it to the beautiful Washington, DC. We'll see everything that their beautiful museums have to offer. With that said, let's start this video where it all began. The first thing we do is we hop on a train in Charleston, West Virginia, and travel all the way to Alexandria, Virginia. It's a decently long train ride, and we end up getting here late in the afternoon.
That's the train that we just arrived on. We're finally here in Virginia.
Since it was getting pretty late by the time I got there, I decided I need to go get something to eat. And so I go to Whole Foods Market. I was planning on eating something healthy, but their bakery just had too much to offer. I tried my hardest to restrain myself, but I ended up getting a lot of food. First, I try out this fruit bowl. I call this sympathy fruit in order to counteract all the sweets I'm about to have. I also got this diet cream soda. But no matter how healthy that fruit was, it's not gonna counteract what you're about to see. First, I try this cinnamon cookie. It tastes pretty moist and it's really good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Then I try yet another cookie. I forget what flavor this one was, but it was even better than the last one, and so I had to give it an 8 out of 10. Then I tried out this chocolate pastry. It's kind of like a roll-up of chocolate. It was pretty crunchy, but still good nonetheless. Therefore, I had to give it an 8 out of 10. Then I tried a similar pastry, except this one was cinnamon roll themed. It was good, and I had to give it an 8 out of 10. I guess this is my favorite number. It's pretzel time now, and this tasted pretty good. Can you guys guess what I gave it? Yeah, an 8 out of 10. Next, I tried out this brownie. It's just your normal brownie, but I'm such a brownie fan, I had to give it a 9 out of 10. With that said, I had a lot of leftovers, and so I tried my very hardest to scarf it all down. If I'm gonna be honest, I ended up throwing away half a cookie, so yeah. Anyway, I then checked into my Airbnb for the night. Now, it was literally somebody's house, so I'm not gonna show it on film, but it's a really nice Airbnb. Oh, good morning, good morning. I didn't film too much video last night. I literally had that humongous dinner, that unbelievable mukbang of a dinner, and I kind of passed out. So yeah, anyway, had a really great night sleeping. Now it's the morning here in Alexandria. We're gonna go see everything that the city has to offer. First things first, I make my way down to King Street. This is kind of like the main street of Alexandria. Now, this town has lots of history, and they first started designing this place in 1749. This town is actually so old that even George Washington used to visit this exact same town. George was actually involved in the city's founding, and he called this his hometown, so that's pretty cool. And of course, I make sure to bring my foldable scooter on the train, so I get to scooter around the town and scooter on the same streets that George Washington walked on. With that said, I'm getting hungry, which I know is impossible after that humongous feast last night, but nonetheless, I am hungry. I need to go to get some breakfast. So I head to Misha's Coffee to fuel my caffeine addiction. Of course, I choose the red, white, and blue donut and some delicious coffee. This thing ran me $12.64, and it was worth it. After that, I got to get some souvenirs from George Washington's hometown. So I walked into this place called King Street Souvenirs, and they had a lot of American-themed souvenirs to choose from. And of course, I bought a few things. As of the recording of this video, it's almost the 4th of July, so I get some 4th of July themed items like this American flag, this sticker, and this hat, and I ended up spending $25.86. Was it a waste of money? Yes, but I don't care. I then left my scooter with a homeless man. I paid him 1 caramel macchiato from Starbucks, and he promised he'd watch over my scooter for me. So then I walked around the town and made my way to a very big tourist attraction. That's right, I came down to the thinnest house in America. Alexandria is home to the thinnest house in America. It is 7 feet and 6 inches wide. You already know that's an extremely thin house, but I'm sure the cost of rent is still extremely high. With that said, I decided to walk around town a little bit more. I was getting a little bit hungry yet again, so I walked down to the waterfront of Alexandria to try to find a place to eat. After sitting down and enjoying the beautiful views, I finally found a nice sandwich spot. This restaurant called the Union Sandwich Company had some delicious sandwiches. This sandwich was delicious, and I also got a Coca-Cola to go with it. I ended up paying $16.04, and I gotta say, it was very much worth it. I then went to this ice cream shop and tried out some of their ice cream. I ended up getting the peanut butter and the banana ice cream. Now, I forgot to take a picture of the receipt, but it was definitely under $10. And for that, the ice cream was great. But while on the same waterfront that George Washington enjoyed, I ended up seeing a lot of water taxis, so I decided I had to go buy myself a ticket to Washington, D.C. So I headed to the ticket booth.
Yeah, I was trying to get a boat to Washington, D.C. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do round trip.
This boat ended up costing me $35.26. Now, if you're going to make the same trip, I highly recommend, if you want to save money, to use Uber or just get an Amtrak ticket. It's definitely the cheaper option, but I decided I had to try one of these water taxis, so I decided to splurge and pay the $35. With that said, the ride was very nice and I enjoyed it a lot. After running over multiple ducks and making sure to pollute the waters, we finally made it to Washington, D.C. Now, I don't have too much time here today. I will be coming back tomorrow. With that said, I decided I want to check out one place today. So I decided to go check out the Museum of Natural History. I came here as a kid and I remember it very fondly, so I knew I had to come back. As soon as I walk in and shove aside all of the other tourists, I make it into the Great Hall. There's a ginormous elephant greeting you there, as well as a ton of doors to choose from that will lead you to different exhibits. So I decided to look around. This exhibit was super cool and it provided a lot of history about pretty much every natural subject. It's also a completely free museum. With that said, eventually I headed out. You see, tomorrow is the 4th of July, so I'm gonna come back and view all the really cool 4th of July festivals. Now, I would show the full Washington, D.C. episode, but nah, I'm good. I will show everything that Washington, D.C. has to offer in the next episode coming out tomorrow. With that said, I had a wonderful time visiting this museum, and before I knew it, it was time to head back to Alexandria. So I got back on my water taxi and we headed back. Before I knew it, we finally made it back to Alexandria, and it was getting late, so it was time to hit the hay, because in the morning we'd be going back to Washington, D.C. for the 4th of July.
And just like that, we're all done with Virginia. Virginia was pretty fun. Alexandria is a really nice city. It's very historic. Lots of cool stuff happen on these very streets. Anyway, tons of fun. Thank you all so very much for watching. I'm about to head back to Washington, D.C. to go celebrate the 4th of July. By the way, happy 4th, and yeah, I'll see you guys in that episode. That episode will be coming out very, very soon. 4th of July. Alright, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll see y'all later.
And with that, we hop on the train to go to Washington, D.C. As I said, the full episode is coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this Virginia episode. We have a lot more states to go since I'll be going to every state in America this summer. And yeah, if you guys want to help me, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below what you guys thought of this episode. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow and later adventures.